What's up everyone, I'm Hako and I'd like to give a few tips on Pokemon Sword and Shield. In this video, I want to go over evolution stones and where you can find them, what's the fastest way to get them, and which Pokemon in the game uses them to evolve. So if you're new to the game, all you need to know is that Pokemon stones are just items that you give to Pokemon, or certain Pokemon, to make them evolve, and you can find them throughout the game. There are 10 different types of stones, which are sunstones, moonstones, firestones, thunderstones, waterstones, leaf stones, shiny stones, dusk stones, dawn stones, and ice stones. So if it's not any of those 10, then they're not an evolution stone. There are other items in the game that have the word stone in it, like a hard stone, but that's not part of the 10, so that's just not an evolution stone. So it may sound kind of confusing at first if you're new, but for the most part, it's pretty simple. So the fastest way to get all of the stones in the game, in my opinion, is the digging duo. It can be found at the bridge field by the daycare, or the Pokemon nursery. And you're just going to see these two guys. They kind of look like hikers or adventurers, whatever floats your boat. And if you're having a really hard time trying to find them, just once you get close enough to the daycare, just look to the right on this mountain and they're just chilling here. Now there's two of them, and you're going to want to mainly focus on the right one, and that's because he has a better chance to give you more items. And the one on the left has a better chance to give you less items, but more rare items. So you're most likely going to get fossils or hold items or trade items from the one on the left, and you're more likely to get stones on the one on the right. Now, it does cost about 500 watts. I'm not sure if it costs less if you first start the game, because I've never tried, but end game it costs 500, and most of you might be at the end game by now. So once you do that, he'll just give you a list of items that you get, and it is RNG based. So I just got a dusk stone, cool, got one of the stones, but he tuckered out already at 3 treasures. So it does happen, sometimes he'll only give you 1. There's no daily limit, it's just chance, or it's just RNG. So if that does happen, just keep spamming it. I've had up to 13 items in one run, so you can get a decent amount. And if you do run out of watts, it's fairly simple to get more watts. So just keep spamming it and eventually you'll get it. Now, if you are really desperate to get more watts for the digging duo, it's very easy to spam and farm. All you have to do is go to a den that is glowing in pink and check it out, and because I'm late game, I get 200 watts. If you first start off in the game, you only get about 50, so it is a bit more of a grind when you're early on in the game, but later in the game you get more, so it's just really easy to grind either way. And for dens that have the beams light up, so it's like a raid or an active raid, late game they give you 2000 watts, which is already 4 tries on a digging duo. So I suggest just get on your bike, ride around, collect all the watts, and you'll be good to go. So now that you know the fastest way to get all the stones, let's go over all the Pokemon that uses them to evolve. So we have Lombre, who evolves with the Water Stone. We have Eevee, who evolves with the Water Stone and becomes Vaporeon. And Shellder, of course, turns into Cloyster. That's all the water Pokemon. Next up, we have our Fire Stones, and that evolves Eevee into Flareon, Growlithe into Arcanine, and Vulpix into Ninetales. For our Leaf Stones, they give us Nuzleaf into Shiftry, Gloom into Vileplume, and Eevee into Leafeon. Now in previous games, Leafeon and Glaceon both needed the specific rocks to level up next to. That's not the case in this game. They just use a Leaf and Ice Stone. Just a heads up for anyone who is semi-confused about this, or I may get that one person who's like, that's not how you do it. So, but in this game, like I said, Leaf Stone evolves Eevee into Leafeon. So moving on to the Thunderstones, we have Pikachu into Raichu, Eevee into Jolteon, Charjabug into Vikavolt. For the Sunstones, we have Helioptile into Heliolisk, Gloom into Blossom, and Cottonee into Whimsicott. Now for the Shiny Stones, we have Roselia into Roserade, Togetic evolves into Togekiss, and I don't really ever know if I pronounced these right, but Minccino evolves into Cinccino. Moonstones, we have Clefairy evolves into Clefable, Munna into Musharna. So for Dawnstones, we have Kirlia evolves into Gallade and Snorunt into Frostlass. Now Snorunt does have to be a female with the Dawnstone for it to evolve into Frostlass, and you can just see that, or the female icon next to Snorunt's name. Duskstones evolve Lampent into Chandelure and Doublade into Aegislash. Last but not least, we have the Ice Stone, which evolves Eevee into Glaceon and Darumaka into Darmanitan. So there you have it, all Pokemon who uses stones to evolve in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and fast ways to get those stones as well. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and if I did miss anything out, feel free to also let me know what I had missed out in this video. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the video helped you out, whether you're trying to complete the decks or if you're just straight up new to the game. If you guys do enjoy my videos, please consider subbing. I'm so close to 1,000 subs. It would just be really cool if you guys can help me out with that, and I'd really appreciate it. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.